It's an invasion. A radish invasion. Yeah, I might have grown too many radishes. Got a bit of a glut, you see. They're even growing out of my flipping ears. Yeah, radishes are everywhere. I've just been through that bed there and managed to get, well, all those radishes. Yeah, all dropping on the floor as well. But I've got this other bed here to do. I don't know whether I might have grown too many, but no, let's not fret. I'm not going to fret, no. Because there are other things you can do with radishes other than just, well, than just eating them like that. Oh, a bit of mud, lovely. Yeah, there's other things you can do with them as well. You can stir fry your radishes. You could use your radishes in a kimchi, which is like a fermented cabbage. Spitting food out now. Like a fermented cabbage with spices and chilies and stuff like that in it, which is rather nice. It's a South Korean dish. Or, you know, basically, yeah, if you've got sauerkraut, you know, like your cabbage, you ferment it with some salt and stuff like that. And yeah, but you could also ferment your radishes on their own in a jar. You get yourself a fermenting jar so it can breathe, but don't let the bugs in. Basically, you can, with about 20, make yourself a brine, like a salty water up, with spices and herbs or whatever you want to put in there. Dill's quite nice with your radishes, and you slice, you clean them all up, slice them up, chuck them in the jar, and pour over the brine, and it'll ferment. So it'll bubble away. So you get like this lacto fermentation going on. So all the lactic acids and stuff. I think it's lactic acids. I think so. And yeah, and you can eat them like that. They're lovely. They keep a bit longer as well in the fridge, and what have you. Well, if you put them in the fridge, the fermentation will slow down. But to start with, you don't put it in the fridge, obviously. So I'm gonna have a look in there and see if we've got any more radishes. I don't think I've got enough actually. No, maybe we need more radishes. No, maybe not. Okay, so I'm gonna do a bit of thinning out. There's probably radishes in here. Actually, this one is gone. This bed. Oh, I see. There is not much radish activity in this bed. Let's bring it down. So there aren't many radishes in there. Now it might be because it's got a bit warm. The weather's changed. Before it had a chance to form radishes, or it might be because I've sewed them too close together. But that one's got no radishes on there. No, they're just literally just all leaf like that. Yeah. Okay, so I'll leave that one then. We'll move on to the next bed. Now, the ones over there are quite nice. You can see I've thinned them right out, those. And let some light in now and get the smaller ones a bit of a chance to get a bit bigger. Because they're the giant variety. Yeah, they're the big variety, that's what they are. So let's move on to this other bed. So I want to pick more as I can, otherwise we're going to end up with a situation where the radishes go woody. And you don't want a woody radish. There's so many things I could do with that word, but I'm not going to because it's a family show. Yeah. Yeah. Woody. Anyway, let's have a look at this bed over here. Now this one seems to have a bit of an insect problem, and it's the flea beetle. And I might try and do, see if I can get the flea beetle on camera, as in microscopy, or on my microscope. I can see one just over there, and they nibble the leaves. It's them that create all these holes in your radishes, all these little holey leaves in the radishes. So it's not very helpful. But then the actual radish itself start to get eaten as well. That's not the flea beetle though. I'll bring it down in here. Can I come down here? Let's see if there's finally radishes in here that are eatable or edible. Eatable. Okay, we've got some here. Found some radish. In we go. So they're ready to do. Now it's starting a bit dark like that. If I leave it much longer, they'll start going woody. They'll go to seed basically. Bring a bit down there. Some more here. Look. And this bed seems to have a bit more problem with. Aha, here you go. Look at this. Got the larvae on it. So it's like a larvae eating the radish. See that in there? We don't want that. Go away, larvae. You're no friend of mine. No, so they take chunks out the side of them. Oh, yeah, see, they're starting to go to seed. Starting. But I'll take them out anyway, because they're still usable. These ones are. Oh, wrong way. Alright. Oh, isn't it? These look good. So what I'll have to do is I'll wash these all up. And what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to do some fermentation. And I might do that in another video. But first of all, I'm going to give these a good old clean and Yeah, if there are any signs of that, you see, there's no holes, they're surface eaters. So they mine the sides of the actual radish. And the good thing about doing what I'm doing now, you're creating space for the radishes, the other radishes around them to grow. So this bed ain't quite so successful as the other bed. So what I will do though, I will start another bed of radishes to keep the older cycle going. So we end up with like, so one, well, as one ends, the other one starts. And radishes being such a useful crop because it's so quick. Oh look, it's a weed. Don't want that. Probably, oh, some more weeds. So yeah, it's such a useful crop. So like I say, you're doing salads, you can grate them, you can do all sorts of stuff with it. And fermentation, they're actually really lovely if you use fermentation with them. They give it like that tang that you get with sauerkraut. Quite salty, obviously, because you're adding loads of salt. And generally, about 20 grams of salt per bottle. So with your brine. On average, if it ends up being about 800 grams worth of radishes that you want to ferment, well then you want about you're gonna put these in the bucket. Where's my bucket gone? Oh, it's all the way over there. That was a silly thing. I'll put there for a second. So let's bring it up. There are some more over there. I'll just get some more radishes. Oh, there's potatoes in there as well. That's obviously I didn't sow that in there. It's just what's happened. Decided to grow there. Yes, this bedding's so successful. I think it's got too warm. And it could be the variety. This just tells me that in future I am probably going to make sure I get the giant variety because they seem to do a lot better. Yep, I think that's probably about it. Found that one. Well, bit of a lot. These are a bit knobbly. These ones. These aren't as good as the others, by no means. So let's go back to the bucket. The radish buckets. I've got these ones here out of that bucket, out of that bed bucket. You compare those to these. There's no comparison, is there? They're so much more uniform. They just look more appetising. These look like not about East Stockton's they are. Yeah, all knobbly. So yeah, I'll put them in the bucket. So I've got a few radishes. So what we'll do is, in another video, I can find my fermenting jar. Some of the house can't find it at the minute. We'll make some brine up and do some fermentation. It's a good way of storing them, you see. It gives you more life with your radishes. And now I've thinned out these from the beds, I can carry on if I like and just start picking the radishes for the salads as and when we need them to eat. I just remembered I've got a radish over there I started eating. Oh, you're doing all the way up there. Don't want to waste my radishes. I might wash it though and finish eating it. Yeah, I did it with mud on it. It's not such a good idea. So that wasn't a larvae, that was me. Anyway, are you having much success with your radishes? Leave it in the comments down below. Besides, do you know what I'm going to say? Have a lovely day. Ta-ta.